Hello everybody, my name is Leonime, and this is a tutorial on how to make NPCs blink their eyes. This NPC is blinking his eyes. And I'm going to show you how to do that using scripts. So first, I am going to start from scratch and go to beginner mode. So we can load some data and then go to preferences, change it to hard mode so we can edit some hard data. The first thing we have to do is create a variable. So let's go to game settings, go to the custom tab, go to the variable tab, and I'm gonna call this blink1. Now, depending on how many characters you have on screen, you're going to need more than one blink variable. You would need one for every character on screen. In this case, we're just going to have one character, so we have one variable. And what this variable does is it represents the frequency at which a character blinks their eyes. And we're gonna sort of randomize it so that sometimes they might blink fast and sometimes they might blink slow. The second thing we have to do is create an NPC, or an event. So let's go to Scripts, Events, and create an event called NPC, and give it a model. And change the direction. That's all we're going to do for now, so let's save that. Now we have to create our very own script, so let's go to Scripts. I'm going to call this Blink. And the type is going to be an action. It's going to be an action script. This script is going to loop indefinitely. So in order to do that, we have to set up a repeating branch. So go to script branch repeat. It's going to say by default flag off equals off, and that's fine. You can leave it as it is and save it. Now in the middle of that repeating branch, we are going to go to events, effects, look, normal, and save that. Go to Data, Variable, and find the variable that we created called blink1. Now I'm going to choose arbitrary numbers here, and these numbers are going to represent frames. You can decide how many frames you want. It really doesn't matter. So really, what this is doing is it's selecting a random number between 10 and 80. Okay, now we're going to set up another repeating branch. So go to Script Branch Repeat, go to Variable, and find blink1. Now we're going to set this up as blink1 is not equal to 0. Now in the middle of that repeating branch, we are going to go to Data, Variable, find blink1 equals itself. So blink1 equals blink1 minus 1. I'm going to explain all this in just a minute, but first let me set the code up and go to Other, Wait, 1 frame. So what we have done is we have effectively created a timer. You can see here at the top where it says data variable blink1 equals a number between 10 and 80, so it's selecting a random number between 10 and 80. Let's say hypothetically it chooses 50. So if it chooses 50, it's going to go to this repeating branch which asks, is blink1 not equal to 0? And of course that's true because 50 is not equal to 0. So it's going to go through the repeating branch, and then it's going to subtract 1 from itself. So now it's 49 instead of 50, and then it's going to wait 1 frame and go back to the top of this repeating branch. And it's going to do the same thing until it reaches 0. And at that point, it's going to get out of the repeating branch and go down here where my cursor is. And at that point, the NPC is going to have a different look. So go to Events, Effects, Look, and this time we're going to choose Sleep. So now they're closing their eyes. And then we are going to top it off by waiting 10 frames. Now you can choose as many frames as you want. I like 10 frames. Now what this does is it makes it so that they close their eyes for 10 frames. If we didn't have this line of code, what would happen is they would close their eyes really fast and open them so fast that you wouldn't even be able to notice. So that's what this wait 10 frames is for. And then after it waits 10 frames, it's going to go back up to the top of this repeating branch, and then they're going to open their eyes, and the process is just going to loop. And that's going to happen over and over again. So we're pretty much done with our script, so let's save it. And get out of there, and go back to our event. Go to the NPC event. Right here where it says motion, you can select the action script that we created, called Blink. And that's basically it. Now we can place the event by going to Scripts Event Placement. I'm going to go to Preset Town. And place the event. Actually, let me move that. I think that's where the character spawns, I'm not sure. And let's test it out and see if it works. Ah, there we go. Now, if you want him to blink faster, what you can do is in the script. Let me see if I can get to it. You can have them blink faster or slower by editing this line of code. So faster would be a smaller number, and slower would be a much bigger number. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. I'll see you later.